Welcome back to the demonstration of my AI decks. I'm going to start with a correction that was pointed out to me. So blue card 24 shouldn't have been activated last round. As you can see, the card actually says to activate the furthest ahead, and I activated the furthest behind, which was card 24. So clearly recording and playing at the same time is not an easy task. So let's start this new video by correcting the movement here. So first of all, I'm going to remove the activated token, and I'm going to move him back the 7 spaces where he came from. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, he's back there. So the furthest head is number 12. 7 lead movement, and linked says move as many vacant forward or lateral spaces as possible, then continue moving forward. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, taking him into the lead. Let's get the rest of the cars. So now that we've corrected, we can definitely see there is a different front pack, or 2 different packs now vying for the lead. And fortunately, my own 2 cars have been dragged along, and hopefully at some point I can get my 3rd car closer up front. Alright, so black is up again, and we get a 4 solo movement activating the furthest ahead. So the furthest black car is number 71, the furthest ahead that hasn't been activated. The first condition, not linked, is not the case. He is linked with 3 cars behind him. So linked says move forward. Exchange places with any car that is directly behind for 1 movement point and may pass multiple cars in this manner. Okay, let's move number 71. So 1, 2, and now he exchanges places with this one. 3, and exchanges places with my own car here. 4. As we can see, he's moved into that front pack now. Purple is up, drawing a 5 draft card, activating the furthest ahead. So the furthest ahead is actually number 10 there, but he's been activated. So we move to the next car possible, and that is number 13 at the back there, which hasn't been activated, making it the furthest ahead and the one we will be activating. So the conditions are not linked, but he is linked, so that one doesn't count. Only linked with opponents, and that is the case. He's only linked with opponents. So it tells us to move laterally to link with team. Otherwise, move 1 space to the outside, then forward. Lateral movement is free even if entering the space requires displacing a car. Now this is interesting because if he does move laterally, he will link with a team car, which is the previously mentioned car number 10. So that's what we will be doing, moving laterally and then pushing forward. And that lateral movement will be free. Alright, so it's a 5 draft, but the lateral movement is free, so moves this way because he can link up with the team, and so he does move laterally. Alright, sorry for the hard shadows there. But yes, okay, so now we're going to move 5 draft. So take this front car here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 leader. So here we are, 13 has pushed everybody there and taken this line to the front there. So they're pulling away from the main pack there. It's Pink's turn now, and I pull a 6 lead card that activates the car linked with most team cars behind it, otherwise the furthest ahead. None of the pink cars are linked to each other, So we're just going to activate the car furthest ahead, which is the one up here, number 26. So we check if it's not linked, but it is linked, albeit ahead of itself. It is last in line, but it is linked, so we move as many vacant, forward, or lateral spaces as possible, then continue moving forward. So we're going to activate 26 here with the lead, but because there's no cars actually connected to it, behind it is essentially a solo movement. Now we're going to move 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Which incidentally connects it to the major, or to the leading draft line. Well, let's get this back on the road here. Harder doing this with one hand. As you can see, the pink car, the lead movement actually ended with it linked to the main line. So it's like the AI knew what it was doing. For the green team, we've pulled 4 draft, activating the furthest behind. The car furthest behind is number 7 there. It's not linked with any team, but is linked with the yellow car ahead of it. Looking back at the card, not linked doesn't apply, only linked with opponents. That one does apply. And it says move laterally to link with team, otherwise just move forward. So here we are. There's no point moving laterally because you wouldn't link up with another team car. So we're just going to move forward for draft. So this is the first movement, 1, and these cars connect here, and now we move 2, 3, and 4. And there he is. Alright. Yellow draws a 5 draft, activating the furthest ahead. The furthest head is 43, however, as you can see, it's been activated. So we move further back, and it looks like 44 will be the one activated. Looking back at the card, we looked at not linked, but it is linked. Only linked with opponents. That is the case. So we move 1 space to outside, then move forward, otherwise move forward. Now it's already on the outside lane, so we're just going to move forward in this case. Alright, as you can see, it's on the outside lane, so all it is a 5 draft forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You can see now that draft line suddenly moved very quickly after the green pushed the draft line forward, and now the yellow one pushed it forward, so they're converging on the leading draft line now. Okay, so we're finally back to my turn, and I had 2 draft cards in a solo movement, but decided to go with the draft, as I'm going to be drafting my number 42, and he's going to be pushing into my other car's draft line, and hopefully later I'll be able to draft again, pulling both cars ahead. Alright, so there's 42. We're going to move 5 without any lateral movement. So first 1, 2, 3, and they come up to my other car's draft line. So let's move these guys in. And that was 3, and I still have 2 movements, so here we go. 1, 2. And there's 42. So he took some wear, but now he's in one big draft line. And as you can see, still keeping close to the leaders. For the blue team, I pulled 5 solo, activating the furthest ahead. So the blue team does have a card in the lead, but as you can see, it's been activated. So actually I'm going to activate the furthest ahead is all the way back there. So I'm in dire need of catching up with the rest of the race. His instructions are as follows: not linked, but he is with two of the black team behind him. So linked, move as many vacant forward or lateral segments as possible, then continue moving forward, and movement linked if possible. Alright, so we're going to move him 5 solo movements forward. It won't be enough to actually reach the draft line here, so he won't be able to finish linked. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There he is. Trying to race back into contention. So this is the last card to be activated for the black team. So it's a 5 pursuit, and because it's the last one, there's only one card that's going to be activated here that can be activated. And that is number 66. So he isn't linked with the team car in front, and so we're going to have to use the other instructions, which is not link the team car in front. Make one forward diagonal movement to link with team. In this case, that's not a viable move because there is no other team to link in front, no other team car to link in front of him. Otherwise, so this is what we're going to do: make one diagonal movement to the inside if possible. It is. Then push forward. Diagonal movement is free even if entering a space requires displacing a card. Alright, so the diagonal movement is free. Move in there, and now we're going to move 5 pursuit. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So he's just barely ahead of number 17 there, and very close to connecting with the draft line.